Am I allowed? Okay, question, actually. Can I say I'm trying something a little bit different today if I have an incredibly small amount of YouTube videos? Because this is exactly the kind of thing that goes through my brain. Anyway, hi. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different, which is I'm going to show you some yarn, and I would love it if you would tell me, what the fuck do I do with it? So for some backstory, I've mentioned before, I had taken up knitting briefly when I lived in Denmark. I became a lapsed knitter, and then about a year ago, I started knitting again because I went on vacation with my friend Kate. She brought a lot of knitting. I remembered that knitting was fun. We went to a couple yarn stores. I ended up picking up some yarn. The rest is history. So when I was getting back into it, you know, we were having one of our regular Zoom calls, and I mentioned that I really wanted to start knitting some more, but I was trying to find cheap yarn because I knew I wasn't particularly good yet. Still am not particularly good. And I didn't want to waste good yarn. And she said something that really stuck with me. That was both a really good and a really bad thing to say, which was, she was like, Elizabeth, are you looking to get into this with the goal of staying into knitting? And I was like, yes, absolutely. I'm really, really enjoying it, and I want to stick with it. She was like, the number one way to make sure that you will stick with knitting is to buy yarn that excites you. Like, buy the yarn that you want to knit with, and you'll be more likely to knit. So I was like, okay, great. I'm gonna buy the yarn that I want to knit with. This is good advice for somebody who has a vague idea of what the hell they're doing. But for me, I didn't really know even that much about different weights of yarn. And I was just like searching online, finding yarn that I thought was really pretty, and then going to Ravelry and being like, what's something I could make with this? So the first, let's call it questionable, yarn decision I made, although I stand by it. I respect the young, naive knitter who purchased this, was this incredible hand-beaded, hand-dyed silk and sequins light from Artyarns in the limited edition, now discontinued colorway, Bronze Goddess. I mean, it's just beautiful, right? It's a work of art in the skein. It's just, and the drape is incredible. And I love these colors. I love these colors. But I'm not a shawl person. I'm not a scarf person, really. I had no idea what to do with these. And these were the only two skeins that Tribe Yarn had of this colorway, and I really love this colorway. So I was like, okay, I really want to get into garment knitting, but I can't buy enough skeins of this to knit a garment. Both because these skeins are really freaking expensive, and also because these two were the only two that my local yarn store had. So I noticed in the description that it said that Silk and Sequins Light blends perfectly with Artyarns Merino Cloud. Okay. My local yarn store did not have any of the Merino Cloud in the Bronze Goddess colorway. So I did some Googling, and I found a store that was shutting down and had 50% off of all of the yarns they had in stock, and had the same colorway, the Bronze Goddess, in the Artyarns Merino Cloud, which is a non-superwash, obviously, combination, 80% extra fine merino, 20% cashmere. This has become one of my favorite yarn bases to knit with. I've made an Isham Road by Amy Herzog for my youngest kid. I'm working on another one of those for myself. I have so much of this yarn in various colorways. It's just a dream to knit with, and it knits up beautifully, and I really, really love it. But I knew this was a discontinued colorway. I knew I wanted a sweater quantity, that somehow I was going to combine these two yarns, but I didn't know how, and I didn't know how much. Keep in mind at this time that I also have no idea how variegated yarn actually knits up. I think this might have been the first variegated yarn that I ever purchased. And it is a, we can say, fairly bold variegation, right? The knitter that I am today probably would not have purchased a sweater quantity of this yarn. And when I say a sweater quantity, what I mean is I bought, I think, 2,400 meters. 2,400 meters of this yarn. And it's an interesting weight because of the loft, right? The website says this, and I do find this to be true. I think technically it's a sport weight, but the loft is enough that you could knit it comfortably without gaps up to a DK weight, and it's soft enough that you can knit it down into a lace weight, essentially. And it's incredibly versatile like that. Like, really, I've knit this in DK, I've knit this as a fingering. I don't think I've actually knit it, no, I've knit it as a sport. The Isham Road is a sport, and it always works. It always works. This is an incredibly versatile yarn. It is expensive. I think you get your money's worth with it. All of that said, I have over 2,000 meters of this strongly variegated cashmere extra fine merino and matching yarn in silk with sequins. You know, a part of me actually misses the naive knitter that I was when I purchased this. Because here's the thing, and this might be stupid. I don't want to destash it. Like, this was my first serious investment into, I am going to be a capital K knitter. I am going to knit. This is me putting my money where my mouth is. I am going to knit something and it is going to be great. This is me investing into this hobby. And I really want to honor that. I think it was a really, it was a bold move by early Elizabeth in this knitting journey. And I want to honor it. I want to make something that version of myself would be very proud that I made. But I don't know what that is. The only thing I've been able to come up with, and maybe this is what I should do with it, maybe I should just go with it, is the Ballerina Wrap Top by Alexandra Tavel, aka Two of Wands. And using the Merino Cloud for the body, and then there's like 12 different kinds of I-cord edging on the Ballerina Wrap Top. And I was thinking, these maybe for the I-cord edging, a pure silk hand-beaded sequin I-cord edging, maybe? I don't freaking know, you guys. What should I do with this? Help me. Help me. I was gonna say help me help you, but that doesn't really help you, other than if you want to see me put something together with this incredibly luxe, incredibly beautiful, wildly impractical yarn, you have to tell me what to do. You have to tell me what to do, because I have no idea what to do with this. Maybe the Ballerina Wrap Top? Is there something else where, like, using this for some kind of trim would make sense? Maybe I don't use the full sweater quantity and do like a t-shirt that has incredibly luxe stripes. I don't fucking know, man. Help me out. Help a girl out. Help a girl out. What do I do? What do I do? Please tell me. And while you're telling me in the comments, like and subscribe, because I know you want to know what the heck I'm going to do with this in the future. It sounds like one of my children is probably vacuuming, so that's a sign that I should wrap this up. And yeah, have a good one. Thanks. Bye.